Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel! Have you ever wondered how people stayed healthy thousands of years ago, long before modern hospitals and pharmacies? Today, we're journeying back in time to explore the unbelievable genius of ancient Chinese medicine. A system of healing that was truly ahead of its time. Imagine a world without MRI scans or blood tests. How could doctors possibly understand what was happening inside the human body? Well, ancient Chinese physicians developed a profound understanding of the body as a holistic system, a delicate balance of energy, elements, and spirit. They didn't just treat symptoms. They sought to understand and correct the root cause of an illness. The foundational concept is qi, often translated as vital life force. Think of it as the electricity that powers your body. According to traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM, qi flows through specific pathways called meridians. When this flow is smooth and balanced, you're healthy. But if it becomes blocked, stagnant, or weak, that's when illness can arise. It's like a river. A free-flowing river nourishes the land, but a dammed-up one can cause problems upstream and downstream. So, how did they diagnose these imbalances without modern tech? They used 4 key methods known as the 4 examinations. First was observation. A skilled physician could learn a lot just by looking at a patient's complexion, their tongue, and even the brightness in their eyes. The tongue, in particular, was seen as a map of the internal organs, with different areas corresponding to different parts of the body. Its color, shape, and coating could reveal everything from digestive issues to emotional stress. Next was listening and smelling. The sound of a person's voice, their breathing, and even specific body odors could provide clues about their internal condition. Then came questioning. The doctor would ask detailed questions about everything: your sleep, diet, emotions, pain, and lifestyle. This wasn't just a checklist. It was a deep dive into the patient's entire world to understand the full context of their health. Finally, and perhaps the most famous, was palpation, which includes taking the pulse. But this wasn't just about counting beats per minute. A TCM master would feel the pulse at 3 different positions on each wrist, at 3 different depths. They could identify dozens of distinct pulse qualities, describing them as slippery, wiry, or thready, each indicating a different state of qi and organ function. It was an incredibly refined skill, like reading a detailed story told by the bloodstream. Once a diagnosis was made, the treatments were just as sophisticated. You've probably heard of acupuncture. This involves inserting hair-thin needles into specific points along the meridian. The goal is to unblock stagnant qi, redirect its flow, and stimulate the body's own natural healing abilities. Modern science is now catching up, showing that acupuncture can release endorphins, our body's natural painkillers, and influence the nervous system. But thousands of years ago, they had already mapped out these points with incredible precision. Then there's herbal medicine, which is a universe in itself. Ancient Chinese pharmacology was incredibly advanced. They didn't just use single herbs. They created complex formulas where different herbs worked in synergy. It's like a team of specialists. One herb might be the emperor, targeting the main problem. Others would be ministers to support it, assistants to treat secondary symptoms, and messengers to guide the formula to the right part of the body. They understood that combining herbs could enhance their positive effects while minimizing potential side effects. Take ginseng for energy, goji berries for vision, or ginger for digestion. These are just the tip of the iceberg of a vast and powerful botanical pharmacy. Beyond needles and herbs, TCM also includes practices like tuina massage, a form of therapeutic bodywork to manipulate qi and blood flow. Cupping, which you might have seen on athletes, used to draw out stagnation and toxins. And gua sha, a technique of scraping the skin to improve circulation. What's truly mind-blowing is how ancient Chinese medicine integrated the mind and body. They recognized that emotions like anger, grief, and fear could directly impact physical health. Anger was said to affect the liver, while worry could harm the spleen and stomach. This psychosomatic understanding is something modern medicine has only recently begun to fully appreciate. Healing wasn't just about the physical, it was about achieving emotional and spiritual harmony. Dietary therapy was also central. Food wasn't just fuel, it was medicine. Different foods had different energetic properties: warming, cooling, drying, or moist. A patient with cold symptoms might be prescribed ginger and cinnamon, while someone with heat signs might be advised to eat cucumber and watermelon. The advice was personalized, aiming to restore balance based on an individual's unique constitution and condition. Even preventive medicine was a core principle. The legendary Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon, one of the oldest medical texts in the world, emphasizes that a superior doctor doesn't just treat sickness, but teaches people how to prevent it. This involved living in harmony with the seasons, managing stress through practices like Tai Chi and Qigong, gentle exercises that combine movement, breathing, and meditation, and eating a balanced diet. The goal was to maintain wellness, not just fight off disease after it had already taken hold. Thinking about it, these ancient physicians were the original They developed a system that was deeply personalized, holistic, and focused on prevention. They understood that the body has an innate intelligence and the capacity to heal itself if given the right support. From intricate post-diagnoses and complex herbal formulas to the profound connection between our emotions and our organs, the genius of ancient Chinese medicine offered a vision of health that was centuries, even media, ahead of its time. It reminds us that sometimes the oldest wisdom holds the most relevant answers for our modern lives. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into the past. What part of ancient Chinese medicine fascinates you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more amazing history and science, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay curious.